Hello, everybody, and welcome to our webinar today, Maximizing Revenue Streams, Tips and Tricks for Effective Payment Processing. My name is Hannah. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the marketing specialist here at Easy Facility. Also on the call today, presenter we have is Steve. Steve, do you want to give yourself a quick introduction?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Hannah. My name's Steve. I'm the general manager here at head up the UK side of the Easy Facility business. So a lot of what we're going to cover today is focused on kind of UK specific payment industry. So yeah, excited to present this one today.
Yeah, we're super excited to get going on this topic today. Not only do we have a handful of really helpful tips to help you streamline your payment process, but also just payment processing software and solutions in general. And we'll also touch on our own payment processing solution and our integration with Clover as well. So super excited to get started. At the end, also, we will be having a Q&A session. So if any questions pop up during the presentation, feel free to submit them right here in GoToWebinar, and then I will be kind of queuing those up. If there's a good one that makes sense to answer, and there's a good gap where I can, get Steve to answer it mid-presentation, we can do that, or I'll just save them for the end and we'll get those answered for you. So I don't know if anybody clicked in since we first kind of introduced ourselves, but again, I'm Hannah Gwillim. I'm the marketing specialist here at Easy Facility. We have Steve here, the general manager of Easy Facility UK. And today we're going to be walking you through a handful of helpful tips your payment process, and also touching on our payment process solutions. So I'm just going to run through the agenda really quickly here. We'll cover how to automate and streamline online and recurring payments, how to maximize revenue even more with secondary spend in your facility. We'll tell you about our newest payment solution through our partnership with Clover. We'll also get into how payment processing rates work and how to get the best rates with those. That's also a very important thing that a lot of questions we get about that. And we'll finish up with the importance of payment security. And we'll also, like I said earlier, we'll hold a Q&A session at the end to answer any questions you may have about the presentation. For those of you who aren't familiar with us, we're Easy Facility. We've been the leader in sports and fitness software for 20 plus years. Our solution covers online scheduling, management, membership for gyms, fitness centers, sports facilities, and more. So we're kind of your all-in-one solution. So that was just a quick introduction for those of you who don't know us. And just to cover some frequently asked questions here about our webinars, I said this at the beginning too. If you have a question at any point throughout the webinar, feel free to use the box for questions and then submit that. I'll be the one kind of manning that today, and I'll do my best to keep that in order. And like I said, if there's a good one and it makes sense, I'll stop Steve and we'll get that answered. If not, I'll just save those for the end, and then we'll get through all of your questions and get those answered for you. And then also, this recording will be sent out to you within 24 hours. So if you have to jump off early, if you came in late, don't worry. We will get this recording to you so you can replay it whenever you need. I'll go ahead and pass it over to you now, Steve, to get started with our presentation.
Fantastic, that's great. Thanks, Hannah. Done a great job there of teeing up what to expect from this webinar here today. I think the interesting thing with this webinar is that it spans so many of our different industries. You know, Hannah was just going through there who we are at Easy Facility and the kind of clients and the industries that we help and support. And often we'll do a webinar and it will be focused on something related to the sport industry or something related to the fitness industry, for example. But really, payment processing is incredibly important to every business that we support, whether you're a large health club or a small sport and community facility. Being able to take payments and being able to take payments quickly and easily, and making it as easy as possible for your clients is of course incredibly important. Hannah touched on it earlier, but we've made some significant improvements here as a company on our payment integration with our specifically on the UK side of our business in the past 18 months. We've mentioned Clover a few times, and a partnership that we're incredibly proud to be working with those guys, and we'll go through some of the different solutions and many of kind of the services that they offer and how they directly integrate with our product kind of throughout this webinar. But you know, excited to kind of show and demo some of the improvements we've made. I'm sure many of you on this call will be familiar or may even be using one or both of the integrations that we have for both e-commerce for the online transactions and the chip and pin for the terminal devices. But if you're not, great. Hopefully we can show you show you kind of what we can do and how that's integrated with the product. If you are, great. Hopefully there'll be many kind of tips and tricks you can pick up as we go through. I guess we'll start, and I've kind of jumped ahead to this slide, so I've had this up for quite a while, but online recurring payments. We've put the example there for packages and memberships, but it's the first, I guess, kind of tip that we'll talk through in this presentation here today. So the likelihood is that when your clients, if a new client is looking for you, your business, whether it's a sport business, fitness business, whatever it might be, whatever services that you're offering, the likelihood is these days that they are going to be looking for you online, whether you found them by some way of online marketing or social media marketing, for example, or whether they found you. You know, I'm looking to join a new gym. Where's the first place I'm going to go? I'm probably going to go to Google and search for gyms in my area or sports facilities, sport pitches in my area. So because they found you online, you want to make sure that you're completing and allowing them to complete that journey by buying your service online. There's nothing more frustrating, I guess, for a customer than finding your services online, getting to the point of seeing exactly what it is that you want, to buy. You know, I found the perfect membership for me, but then I have to call up or I have to go into the facility to be able to purchase or sign up to that membership. Incredibly frustrating for them, because the likelihood is that they may well drop off at that point, and especially these days they're likely to go with a service that they can complete that kind of end-to-end transaction online at one time. But it would be frustrating for you as well to not put your services online, because you're going to be missing out on sales. So whether it's monthly memberships or blocks of packages for training sessions, classes, etc., whatever it is that you sell, and this could also be very, very applicable to kind of online rental bookings for pitches and courts, etc. But putting your services online is incredibly important to allow that process to be completed in one search, find, and complete that transaction. And once they've signed up to the membership or the package, whatever it might be, setting up those automatic recurring payments are going to be really important for you. I've put Netflix there as an example. You know, maybe Netflix was perhaps the first or the original one that we all signed up to, but I'm sure now many of the services that you're buying or signing up to or utilizing on a daily basis. I was going to say weekly, but probably a daily basis. Basically, I'd want you to sign up for a monthly subscription. You put your card details in, and your card is debited on the first day of sign up, and there on that day each month it's going to debit the next amount. The last thing you want to be doing is putting on your memberships and selling a monthly membership, because if I sign up to a monthly membership and great, gets to the end of that month, the likelihood is there's going to be a significant drop off at that point. So by putting your memberships online and making them recurring, making it a monthly rolling membership versus just I'm buying a 1 month membership, will allow you to continue to keep that revenue coming into the business. Not only that, it's also going to cut down on your administration as well. So there could be nothing worse than kind of having to chase the same people each month. You know, I'm sure we've all been in situations in our business where somebody comes in, they don't have the card, don't have the cash on them, but being able to set those up on a recurring basis means that's going to be instantly debited off their account each month. Now, I would love to tell you that this is going to be a solution where every single payment will be successful every single time. You know, we're nothing but honest here at Easy Facility, and unfortunately, you know, that's not going to be the case. There will always be those payments that fail for whatever reason. You know, card. Not enough money to complete the transaction and the card, and you know the typical kind of errors that we would expect for a payment to fail. But the good thing is you're only going to have to worry about chasing those payments that fail and not having to call up and process you know, rounds and rounds of invoices every month or every quarter or every year, depending on what it is that the service that you're offering and how frequent that it is. It also cuts down on the need to cross-reference between multiple systems. We're going to go on and talk about in just a moment how the integration works with Easy Facility and the solutions there that we offer. But by having one all-encompassing system there that allows you to take payments, set up your memberships, set up your packages, and set them up on a recurring basis, and store the client's credit or debit card information in the system, means that everything is all in one place. You're not having to cross-reference two systems. You're also not having to worry about cross-referencing a payment system and a software system at the end of every day, end of every week, to make sure that the till balances. If you're taking a payment, you're taking it through the Easy Facility system, so there's going to be no payments that don't get recorded correctly and no admin time. So if you've got the client to sign up, you've put your services online, they've signed up to the membership, then we just continue that journey rolling. So you know, the likelihood is that they're going to be coming into the facility very regularly, hopefully on a daily basis, to complete their workout, to complete a session that they've paid for, to utilize a pitch booking that they've made. So it's great that you've got them in the facility, but how do you continually keep them spending and utilizing your services when they're actually in the facility itself? So the additional spend could be anything. We've put some examples here, but you know, they're in the facility now. So how do you increase that additional spend that they make? Well, equipment, clothing, supplements are all really great examples of how you can, even a small facility can continue to maximize the revenue that they're making once those clients are in the building. It could be that there's equipment they need to complete their workout, you know, grips, you know, hand wraps, chalk, things like that. If you're a gym facility, maybe there's if you're a sports facility, maybe you're renting out or going to be buying equipment, you know, rackets, balls, etc. All things that could be you know, readily available for your client to buy. Clothing and supplements, a couple of other really great examples, whether it's branded clothing or clothing that you would want to sell to that maybe that they need to complete whatever activity it is that they're coming in to do at the facility. Supplements are great. You know, I think we often you get to the end of your whey protein, for example, having to go to the shop to find it, being able to sell those supplements directly in the gym. Again, great examples of additional things that you can sell. You might have a cafe. Doesn't have to be a huge cafe within a large facility. It could just be you've got a coffee machine that's behind reception. You're going to sell coffee and tea and also things like protein shakes and juices are great for selling after and post workout. And then there are those additional services. So maybe your trainers on the gym floor are going around trying to upsell clients to additional personal training sessions. Maybe you've got a sports massage service that you offer within the facility, injury clinics. Again, all of these are great ways to increase your revenue and spend that your clients are making when they're in the facility, because all of these services are things that are going to be readily available to them. So by making them available in the facility is going to give you the option to increase your revenue. Of course, if you want to do this, the likelihood is that they're maybe not going to have the card on them. But being able to kind of utilize those services, everyone remembers their smartphone these days, don't they? And having the integration with Apple and Google Pay on the Clover Flex terminals means that you're able to quickly and utilize the sales of those payments for any of these things here that we're looking at, quickly and easily make those transactions here. The Clover Flex device is flexible by name. It's not hardwired into anywhere within the facility or into a computer. The device just runs off Wi-Fi, so it could be that maybe you're selling drinks from reception and supplements from the gym floor. You're able to utilize that with the Clover Flex terminals that just need that integration to just need to be linked and hooked up to the Wi-Fi, and then they're able to be you're able to take them around the facility and quickly and easily take those payments from your customers whenever they're looking to buy any of these additional services. So how does our integration with Clover work? Well, I've kind of touched on it a little bit already, but we have a complete and direct integration with the Clover terminals. So there's no need to kind of double up with two systems. We offer an e-commerce solution. So e-commerce is those online payments. So I'm going online. We talked about it earlier in the presentation, but I'm going online to buy a membership, to buy a package. I might be at home, I might be in the office, I might just be on the go on my mobile device, but I'm going to complete that transaction online. Then we also have the card machines. Chip and pin is how they're kind of often referred to in the UK, but I think the need to put your chip and enter the pin into to the device these days are becoming less and less frequent, just by the increase in the value of the transaction rates you're allowed with contactless payments, but also the Apple Pay and Google Pay transaction limits, which are significantly higher than the contactless payments with a card. But the Clover Flex machines are capable of taking all of those transactions, whether it is a chip and pin, whether it's a contactless or Apple or Google Pay. There's no need to jump between two systems. The integration is seamless. So if I am selling a membership, it is being done through my online portal, or it's being done through my Easy Facility system. I would go online, I would record the payment, and the client then would input their card details if it's online, or they would use the Flex device, and the two systems are talking to each other. You can really cut down on those additional touch points by not having to go to the Easy Facility system, sell the membership to the client, and then having to jump to a terminal that doesn't talk to the system and enter the amount again. It's going to cut down on those errors. There's no need to jump between the two different systems. I guess the biggest thing with the Clover devices is that they look awesome. You know, they're a really professional device. Look really nice, look really clean. You know, huge screen area as well. So you're not having to you know, to get your clients to kind of squint to see the see what's displaying on the screen. And a really nice device to kind of have around your facility. The most important thing about our integration with Clover is that it allows you to take the right amount of money at the right time, and it's going to take it every time. So no jumping between two systems, running different reports that don't match each other at the end of the day or end of the week, whenever you're tallying those reports up. So Hannah mentioned it right at the start of this this presentation, but the rates are obviously probably after the integration itself are probably the #1 question that we will get asked. I guess the first thing to say and the most important thing to say is that the rates for Easy Facility clients are preferential rates. So just by being an Easy Facility client, you'll receive a better rate through the integration there with Clover. I've put some typical examples of rates on here. You know, I think 90% of the time these are the rates that we're able to offer. Of course, you'll get, if you did want to apply for an account, they will be the final rates will be quoted to you upon that application. But the e-commerce solutions typical rates are 1.8% plus 20 pence per transaction. And the card machines are between 0.45 and 0.85 per transaction, and that's going to depend on the card type there that you're using. Of course, debit cards are cheaper to process than a credit card. Probably a very common question that we get asked is, why is the difference between the e-commerce rates and the card machine rates? Well, the main reason for that, the card machine itself, by nature of the fact that it's going to be a face-to-face transaction, you are receiving the card of the person processing the transaction. They may be also tapping their mobile device with Apple Pay or Google Pay, which is of course supported by facial recognition or fingerprint ID. So by nature of those transactions, they are much more secure than an e-commerce transaction, which is obviously done online. The card is not present at the facility. So there's the difference, the main difference in the difference there in the two rates. Again, if you wanted to discuss, we'll give you some details about how to apply what you'll need to do at the end of this webinar if you are interested, if you're not utilizing our payment integration already. And then from there, we can walk you through that process of sign up. But the good thing to say is, you know, the application process is pretty seamless and straightforward. There's some information at the start. Obviously, of course, you'll need to provide us with business information so that we're able to complete the application for you, or Clover are able to complete the application for you there. Once you've done that, very seamless process to go through, complete that, and the integration with your Easy Facility account, very straightforward for us to do for both the e-commerce platform and the card machines once they've been shipped to you as well. And if all of that sounds great, then I'm sure one of the things that's crossed your mind, because it's so kind of prevalent in the news, the security of card payments and kind of cutting down on risk and fraud. So the good thing to say, the Easy Facility and Clover, the integration we have is PCI DSS compliant at level 1 standard, which is the highest level of internet security for taking card payments through a system. We have point-to-point encryption, which is a UK security standard. So from the point of sale to that point of the transaction being authorized, there's it's all encrypted throughout that process. Card details are tokenized, so there's no card detail or full card details stored within a client's profile, so there's no way you'll be able to view those card details after they've been entered. That's all becomes tokenized. The ability to reduce fraud and keep your business safe is obviously an incredibly important part of what we do as a company, and also what Clover stands for as well. But just kind of thinking about some of the potential fraud risks, cash being recorded as a card payment, for example. By having that integrated payment solution, it's going to mean that there's no need, there's going to be that complete, no need to overwrite payments, and everything will be fully integrated. So I'm processing a payment for this particular item. It's going to talk directly to the card terminal and show the amount up there. So there's no way that they can be, that can be changed or edited. And that's probably an extreme example, but I think 99% of errors in the system are going to be human error when it comes to kind of taking payments. But cutting down on that human error is obviously really important when you're using the integration with Easy Facility and Clover, because if you're jumping between 2 or more systems, then that's only going to increase errors. If you're putting through 100 or 200 transactions a day, that's transactions that are going to have to go into the terminal, go into the Easy Facility system. So by integrating, they're going to talk to each other and really cut down on the errors there that you're going to see. And of course, correcting those mistakes costs money. So even if it's complete human error, it was an accident, someone had typed in the wrong amount or taken the wrong amount, correcting those mistakes is going to cost you money as well, because you're going to have to refund or cancel those transactions. So by making sure that you're taking the right amount every time, it's going to mean that you're going to cut down on as much human error there as possible. So just to finish the presentation here, there's kind of really 5 key takeaways that we want you to think about with the integration and everything here that we've talked about. So number 1 is, and we've mentioned it many times, this is a full integration. There's no need to cross-reference between 2 or more different systems. So if you're taking a payment, it's going to talk directly to the online services that you offer, or the card machines there if they're taking a face-to-face payment. You're going to reduce late payments as well. So by setting up those automatic transactions, that money is going to be taken and debited from the client's cards each month. So there's no need to worry about somebody not paying you, or having to get on the phone or chase them when they're in the facility. Maybe someone's coming in to do their workout and they owe some money. It always cuts down on those conversations, which, however innocent they might be, sometimes are not nice conversations to have, especially for your reception staff. So by having those automatic payments means you're going to cut down and reduce those late payments. The integration is there for both online and face-to-face payments. So whether you're selling those services online, whether you're taking payments in the facility, whether you're doing both available within the integration. Think about how you can increase your revenue as well with the terminal devices by really maximizing that secondary spend. How are you going to get clients to upsell their membership? How are you going to get them to buy personal training packages? Do you offer supplements, protein shakes, juices after their workout? All things like this are additional revenue that you can get coming into your business. And by having the Clover Flex terminal device allows you to take those quickly and easily wherever you are in the facility. Remember, they're integrated, just hooked up to the Wi-Fi, so you can walk those around the facility. They're a completely mobile device. And the final thing, just the key takeaway, is that this is a safe and secure payment environment. As I mentioned, Easy Facility and Clover, level 1 PCI DSS compliant, so the highest level of internet security. So I really appreciate your time. I'm going to pass back to Hannah now to kind of guide us through the Q&A. But don't forget, if you are interested, all you need to do is just type type yes into the chat there, and we can have one of our team reach out to you after this call and discuss the upgrading your payment solution. If you are just using the e-commerce solution and are looking to integrate with the card terminal devices, then again, please type yes in the chat and we can have someone reach out to you there. So yeah, look forward to speaking to you more. But again, really appreciate your time, and I'll pass it back to Hannah.
Thank you so much, Steve. That's an awesome presentation. I dove into some really good topics there, and just keep the conversation going. We have a couple questions that came in here. So the first one we have here, this person wants to know what the contract terms are for signing up with our easy payment solution, and with Clover.
Great. So yeah, so a great question. The terms with Clover are they're 18-month term. So you would sign into an initial 18-month term. The easy payment side of it, the easy payments gateway. So the integration between the two, that would just fall under your easy facility contract terms. So if you're on an annual contract, then that's going to fall under those easy facility terms. If it's if it's semi-annually, quarterly, etc. So those are the terms there.
This person wants to know, how does the integration with my easy facility account work? Who does the integration, and how long does it take? So that's kind of a multiple part question there.
No, it's a great question, and as with everything that integrates with the Easy Facility product, we have a support team here that's ready and waiting to guide you through that process. But typical in terms of getting your account approved with Clover, very straightforward process. Often we see accounts approved in under a week, so you'd complete the application. Once that account is approved, then integrating it with your Easy Facility account is very straightforward. Something that our team can do here in less than an hour. So the integration is straightforward. You let us know the details, or we will integrate those with your account. The terminals, again, a very straightforward integration. There is a little bit of work on your side because, of course, the devices will be sent to your facility. We won't have access to the devices, but we have a really straightforward user guide and steps to follow. And of course, our team are on hand, so they can screen share or anything that you need to kind of guide you through that process. But all of these integrations are very straightforward by design. So once your accounts are approved for the e-commerce, or you've got your terminals, then we can talk you through that process. Very straightforward to do.
This person said, I would like to switch, but I have 4 months of my contract to run with my existing provider.
Okay.
So what will you do in that situation?
That's definitely a really interesting question. And when we talked about the rates, actually, it wasn't something that I mentioned. But what Clover are able to do, they offer a service where they will pay up to £1,000 for any so to allow you to buy yourself out of your existing contract. So if you are using a card terminal machine at the moment in your facility, you may be in a contract with another provider that doesn't seamlessly integrate with Easy Facility. So what they're able to do is cover the costs of up to £1,000 to allow you to buy yourself out of that contract and switch across to Clover, and then subsequently have the direct integration with your Easy Facility account and benefit from many of the things here that we've talked about. So a great service there that they offer. Again, wasn't something that I thought to bring up actually in this webinar. So great that question was asked, and something we should be able to help you do. So if you're interested in doing that, again, you can just type yes into the chat, and then we'll follow up with you afterwards.
I think that was the last question we had, so we might be wrapping up early here today. But again, I just wanted to let you know that we will get this webinar recording to you within 24 hours via email. And if you are interested in our easy payment solution, just chat yes or reach out to us and we can get you that free rate comparison. But thank you so much, Steve. Thank you all for joining us today. It's been awesome. Really exciting topic to get through here, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.
Brilliant. Thanks everyone. Thanks Hannah for chairing this this webinar, and yeah, thanks everyone for the time in joining.